Hey Stampers, Gina again. I can't help myself. I've been having a play with my lovely as a tree and I wanted to just spice it up a little bit. I don't know, I've just created this and I love it. And I've done the card inside the card instead for a change. Isn't that beautiful? And I've told you I will be playing with my Dazzling Diamond, but no two-way glue. Come on. Doggy's tippy-tapping around again. I used the white crafting ink. So because it stays wet for a long time, so I just splattered on the Dazzling Diamond. Because I first stamped in Always Artichoke, wherever that's gone. Oh, there it is. First time I've used this stamped pad, and I really like the colours of it. I like the fading of the trees in the background. And I haven't stamped a sentiment in here because this is a space where you can write your message. I've given this a cloudy, like snowy feel. And I thought, why not pull the cards through the front for a change? And I'm loving this torn vellum. Look, it just adds something totally different. And it reminds me of frosting as well, where it rips because it turns the bottom of the vellum white. So I'm loving it. And this is the first time I've used this ribbon. This ribbon is outstanding. It is called gingham ribbon and you get 10 yards of it. 10 yards. Absolutely. And it's ½ inch and it's absolutely beautiful. And it reminds me of a little bit of a snow globe, even though it's not one. Because the way the tails hang down on the bow. But I'm loving it. So let's get started. My card pieces are, this is Sahara Sand and it's literally 4 1/8. It's just sliced all the way down the middle of an A4 piece of cardstock. And it's very springy. So all I did then was just fold it in half, making sure my pieces of cardstock are level. Did you see how springy that was then? Oh bless, I can't help myself. The giggling's off. Beautiful, nice crease there. And I always turn over and do the other side. Don't ask me why, because it seems to bubble one side. And now it's nice and crisp. Isn't that pretty? And you could have really stamped your image on this piece of paper, but I like the white. I love the white. So this is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8, and this is where we're going to stamp and pop our trees, and then we're going to cut the overlap shape at the front of the card. I have got a piece of this as well, and this is 5/8 of an inch by about 4 1/2, but I'm going to be cutting it down because it's too long for the card. So that one actually needs to be about 4 and I don't know. I can't think. I've gone blank. Oh, sorry, I do apologise. It should be 3 7/8, that's right. There's been a spider on my blinds all day. Poor little mite. I bet he thinks if he acts dead, that we won't squish him. I won't squish him, bless him. It's one of those, it's about 7 inches long, but it's one of those little thin-legged things. And again, I'm going to cut this down as well to the same size. And that needs to be about 3 7/8. But this is 1 inch wide, giving me that tear. I want a little rim showing at the top and a little tear line going underneath. So I'm going to cut the... Oh, he's moved, finally. Bless. He probably knows my husband's home and he'll squish him. Oh, bless. My husband's petrified of spiders. He's got one of them tennis rackets that electrocutes insects. Poor thing. He is petrified. But I'm going to leave a little tiny bit showing at the top. And once I've set my sentiment and glued that on, we're going to tear across this bottom line. And I don't know why I've got that piece of whisper white. Oh, I've got the right giggles today. So, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to do my sentiment first. I did it last on the other card. Bless my soul. He stopped dead again. Now he thinks, oh, Christ, she saw me move. Bless him. So, this is right now. I did have it upside down. But it's exactly the same size as the piece I had, so I know it's going to fit. And I don't know why I measure it up. It just looks good, doesn't it, on the video. So I'm just going to stamp straight down and straight up. Isn't that lovely? This one actually comes from the musical season stamp set. I haven't used that one yet, apart from that sentiment. And I will be using that set sometimes very soon. And I'm just going to add a little piece of fast views along the back of my card. Oh, sticky stuff. And like, I want it right pinned onto this end, but I want that tiny, tiny little border. And I'm going to lay it down because me and steady hands don't mix. Perfect. I think he's having a job to get in because I locked the front door. So now, just going to tear. Oh, it shouldn't break off in your fingers really, but it doesn't matter what it looks like. So, isn't that nice? Gives you that lovely frosted edge, like it's icicles or something. And get rid of these bits now. Oh, absolutely adore it. He's annoying to get. You know, oh, I just said to him at the window, you know, like you're playing charades. I'm filming like this. He still comes in and makes a racket. So there is my beautiful sentiment, which I'm going to pop on dimensionals. And when later on this card, we can pop this on the front of our card. But I just wanted to show you that lovely crackling effect when you tear your vellum. Oh, I think I should stop rewinding and start over again. Oh, bless. There we go. And I've just taken the backings off. Silly sod. I'm not going to attach it to my card yet because I'm going to do some sponging with my little dauber. So I'm going to pop that up there out the way. That way I don't get stuck to my elbow as well. So, I'm going to just cut my frame out. And I'm using the largest of the oval framelets. And you don't want it too close because you don't want the paper to curl. So I'd say roughly about there. In the centre of your card. So that image pops. If you see my card now, you can see a bit of the tree. But once you stand it up, you can basically see nearly all of it, and it's lovely. It's absolutely stunning. I love this card. So I'll be back now, 2 seconds. Glitter everywhere. I'll just run this through the Big Shot. I've got the magnetic plate on, so it's keeping my thinner in place. And, oh, excuse me, I don't want to throw this piece away. This will come in handy, as this one will, for another project. So I was thinking of writing my sentiment, popping it on there, but that looks a bit not nice. So I'm going to save those for another project. So that's out of my layering ovals. Fantastic they are. You get the normal oval shapes, so it cuts clean and crisp, and you get the scallop shapes. So now when I stamp my images on here, you will see them through the card. So let's get some stamping done. I'm going to fetch a little piece of scrap. Don't need a lot. And I pop my gun. You want your image relatively high, but not too high that it's sticking out here. So roughly just imagine your oval there. In fact, if you wanted to, you could place your oval there that you've cut out and guess the gap. If you wanted, just add a little pencil mark, top and bottom, and then rub them out later. It's entirely up to you. You just know your image is going in that section there. So I'm going to grab this beautiful colour. I never used to like it. I never bought the cardstock and nothing, and I thought, oh no, it's not for me. Always artichoke, but it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to ink that up lovely, and that's it. One time I'm inking. So I'm going to place my stamp in that oval shape. Left, and I'm going to just turn to this left, and again, and now I'm going in between the trees just to give that shadow in at the top. Perfect, 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 perfect. Now I've done my stamping. I get rid of these little score lines, pencil marks even. Lovely. Now with this, because I'm going to be using the craft ink now, I'm just going to basically stamp this until it's all off, because I don't know where my stamp and scrub is, and I've run out of baby wipes. So that's what I did on my scrap paper before. And it's going to get covered actually now in really in this so white. So I'm going to put the lid on my Always Artichoke. I'm going to fetch in my Crafter's white ink. I've only just had this ink pack refilled, so there's a little bit on there, but just concentrate on getting it soaking. Soaking. So I'm fetching in my Stamp-A-Magic now. I've got the image on my board. I'm just going to go over each one of these perfectly. This Crafter's ink takes ages, and I mean ages to dry, but while you're adding your dazzling diamonds each time, it's fantastic. I think because I've got shaky hands, the powder seems to dry out quicker. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely stunning. I'm going to move the lid, because knowing my luck I'll knock it off and it's not straight. So I'm going to fetch this up and I'm not inking it up anymore, because I don't want, otherwise all the trees would look exactly the same. I just want the paler version now. Lined up perfectly. Just push this down, and I'm doing it quickly so I can add dazzling diamonds. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to do it on this last one now. And I'm not inking it up like I told you anymore. I'm just lifting, because the smaller the image, the paler the image, the less you're going to need of this dazzling diamonds. I just want it to stick. And look at that beautifully raised edge. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Love, love, love. So I'm putting the lid on that before I knock it everywhere. Poppy these to one side. I always get the glitter everywhere. Keep it in a tub. That's going to be washed later. But look at that. Isn't that just so pretty? And isn't it, well, that's already on my fingers, but this is nearly dry now. In fact, it is. And there's not even much coming off. So I'm going to carefully turn it over. I'm going to use a tiny bit of fast fuse just to strip down either side. That way I'm not moving the card around. Maybe a little bit down the centre. I'm going to fetch my card in. I can never do it this straight. So a lovely little border again all the way round. Perfect. Isn't that beautiful? So we're gonna now take. Oh, I am gonna need my crafting. Where? Oh, there it is. And I know it's got a little bit of green on now, but don't worry about that, 'cause that's just gonna get pushed into the pad. It's not too bad now. And I'm just gonna, while this card is, I'm just gonna sponge the edges. It don't matter how much you get around the edge. Because I'm going to sponge inside as well. And it just gives it like a snowy feel. Lovely. In fact, let me get a sheet of paper again. I'm going to lay this down just for a moment, and I'm just going to try not to get any on the back of your card. It doesn't matter. And I'm just going to rub around this beautiful framework. You don't want that cloudy effect. Just gently go over your card, all over, making sure you got the edges. That's just pretty. Gives it a moody feel to it. And yet still allowing your cardstock to show through. And I know this is going to take a little while to dry. So I'm going to close this up. And I'm going to, because it's not dirty really, I'm just going to smooth it out. Get my rubber. Just get rid of these little white marks. It just comes off as a normal rubber. The crafting white paper does. Ink, should I say? I'm just going to rub it down, flatten that a bit, and hopefully it will dry it out a bit. Yeah. It's not perfectly touch dry yet, as you can see, but you can heat set that if you want to. But I'm not bothered because my sentiment is done. And I'm going to pop this on my card. And I'm going to set that to one side just while I let that dry, and I'm going to make my beautiful bow now. Trusted bow makers coming in. And I'm going to get this beautiful ribbon. I absolutely love this. So I'm going to tie it around my ribbon. I'm going to pull a little bit more because I've already cut the shape off the other. And I try not to, I don't get any waste this way, I don't find. I leave it on the roll. while I'm tying on my bow maker. Tiny little bits on the end, that's all. And that's perfectly in the centre. Lift that off. I'm getting good with the old bow maker. So what you do then, I'm just going to fold the ribbon in half. Take it between my fingers and slice through. So that's my only little bit of waste there, to give them flagged ends as well. And I'm going to do exactly the same on here. Probably keep them the same length. That's a little bit short of that one. Oh, we can always do that one again. Trim that little bit off. There we go. That's better. It's perfect. But it's got a bit of a pennant. I don't know what happened there. There we go, that's better. Look, see? And that's the only bit of waste I've got, really. Because the rest is still attached to my roll. And it's not going anywhere. What I do then, 10 metres, 10 yards, fabulous. So that is going, tuck down the side so it doesn't fray, and going up there. So that's the best side of this, oh, isn't that sweet? I'm going to fetch a glue dot. Fetch my card in, and I'm going to dress the bottom of this oval. I'm loving this. And just my tails. Isn't that perfect? Now I'm just going to randomly add 3 of my little gems there. 1 there. 1 here. And I'm going to pop one up here as well. A little bit closer. No. No. I'm going to pop this one down here. They were too close. So there we have it. A beautiful snowy scene. I think they call them, is it aperture cards where you can see through to the image? But look how pretty that is. Space for your message. Beautifully done. I'm going to leave it to dry a little bit longer. But that's the one I've just done with you. And I'm saying, I love this crackled edge at the vellum. It's beautiful. This one's already dry now. And you can always flatten them back down with your bone folder. Perfect when it's dry. So there's my 2 wonderful cards. I love them. Love. I'm loving this sentiment. Peace, joy and love. That's all that needs to be said. But thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and a share. That would be fantastic. And don't forget to press the subscribe button down in the bottom corner. Press the little bell straight after as well, because you'll get notified then of all my future videos, which I tend to try and post every day, because this is the only thing I enjoy doing now. And stops me from thinking about all my pains and woes. So thank you for watching, and until next time, you take care. God bless you all. Bye.